What's up, everybody? We got a new video for you today right here at the wet farm and sawmill.
Yes.
We have had so much rain, guys. We were flooding around here. We're gonna take you guys around, do a little bit of a farm tour. We'll probably wind up doing some sawmilling later, but look at our poor wet garden over there.
So sad.
We wanted to give you guys a little bit of the corn update. We're planning on going through there and picking out some of the weeds that are in between, which is mostly ragweed actually. But the corn's doing really well. But unfortunately, we'd sink up to our knees if we went in there right now trying to do anything with the corn. All right, so we're super muddy out here right now. I want to show you guys what I was talking about. We got some ragweed in between the rows here. We're gonna go through and pull all that out. So guys, while it's wet in here, it's actually nice because if you barely lift on this ragweed, it comes up root and all. So kind of really does the weeding there. But there's no other way. You can't get the tractor over the top of the corn due to the height anymore. But I mean, see how quick you can come through here. I mean, I just cleared a 3-foot section there. Just got to go all the way down through there. Our corn now is nearing that 3-foot mark, and it looks pretty. It's got a dark green color, so we know that we got our nutrition where we want it to be. What I want to do this week, and I may just have to put on mud boots and go for it, or maybe we'll just barefoot it through out here. I don't know what the best option would be, but I would like to get all this ragweed pulled out from the in-between, because let me tell you what will happen. We had ragweed get in here last year, and we kind of ignored it. We got sloppy with it, and the ragweed growed up as nearly as tall as the corn did. And what happened is when the corn pollinates from the top of the tassels down to the corn, I'm not the most expert on it, but I know that it pollinates downward, and it actually choked out and messed up pollination, which made our corn ears be not nearly as filled out as they should have been. So this is something we know if we want to have a good corn crop this year, we've got to go through here and clear this out. We've kept the middles run out clean, and now they're actually shading out. If you look down through the alleyway, it's actually shading out its own self, but we're going to have to get this in-between vegetation from the corn out. And we'll probably just lay it down just like this through the rows, and that'll kind of create a blanket and choke out some more stuff. But I do got to go down through here just like so and pull that out. But I just did a 6-foot section while talking for like 2 minutes, so it wouldn't take very long. Just got to do it. Okay, finally I get to give you guys a finished and completed project and show you something that we did from beginning to end. This is the chicken pen you've seen us work on. We finished this one in pretty much 1 week. We went all the way through and got our chickens in there. We got 3 breeds of chickens here. I want to show you my favorite. We're going to focus on that one right now. Let's see. We got some Bantams here. Some BB red Bantam chickens. This one here, look at her. They're pretty much full grown. They should start laying very soon. They're basically just tiny chickens. Let's see if this one, usually she'll let me catch her. Come here. See if you get her, Britt. There you go. Rooster's a little bit wild.
And she's so little and cute.
And she's a little.
Where you going, girl?
She's a little. Yeah, these are BB red Bantams. We got these at our local sale here a while back. Come here, baby. There you go. There you go. Ain't those 2 pretty hens? What do you think about the banties, Britt?
I love them. They're my favorite.
I don't know if anybody out there could give us the reason for this, but, you know, everybody in the South that I know, we always call these banties, right?
Yeah, banties.
They're banty chickens. But if you look it up and online, I mean, it's Bantams, B-A-N-T-A-M, Bantams. So I don't know if that's just a nickname we give them or if that's I'm not sure. Banty versus Bantam. Tell us in the comments.
It's probably a mispronunciation.
Probably. Brittany's attempting to catch little rooster man.
He's mad.
Oh, you had that. All right, let me show you guys how we catch a rooster. he's also nice. He's just he hasn't been handled as much as those hens.
He's a little skittish.
Well, basically these guys are just little pets, and they're gonna make little eggs, and those little eggs are gonna make little bannies. Oh, side note, while talking about them, while we have them, so the bannies lay little eggs, and the little eggs make the perfect pickled eggs. If you like pickled eggs, comment down below. Banny eggs are small enough that they're just one bite. Bam. Check out the roost pole. We got those natural roost poles right out of a sapling out of the woods. Now right here we got us a hen sitting on, well, not sitting on, she's actually laying an egg this morning. And yeah, doing her job. Over here we got a mug gray rooster my cousin gave me, which is a type of game fowl, and he's pretty. It's really nice. Just an ornamental bird. They don't lay nearly as much as your other layers and stuff, but they sure make pretty birds. Check out our new little fowl, I guess you'd say. Look at the little wings coming in. These are a couple-day-old Americana chicks, which are basically what you'd call olive eggers, Easter eggers, I guess. Not olive eggers, they're Easter eggers. They lay green eggs. Light brown to green eggs. These are all hens, actually. So this is actually the first set of birds in our new brooder we built. So they are testing out the brooder box. Pretty nice one. Showing you guys all of our chickens this morning. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a chicken update. And I'm gonna go right now real quick, and I'm gonna give you a quick overview of feeding the meat birds this morning. Now, our meat birds that we have are the Buff Orpingtons. We chose a heritage breed so that we could have something that was a little bit slower to grow. And, you know, I don't know. I don't like the idea of a chick getting so big so fast. It's kind of an odd one. But anyway, I'm going to show you those guys. Out of that set of chickens, we ordered 100 originally. I think we only lost a few. We're down to like 90, 92. And I think there's going to be about 8 or 10 hens in there. So they will absolutely be saved. We won't be doing any eating of the hens. They'll stay for eggs and egg production. But I want to show you guys, after that clip runs through, what we're doing on this fence work. So it's like trying to go out here in the morning to feed. They make it hard to walk. They want to stand on your feet. We've got them all free ranging now. I had to go get her bucket over here. I left it here yesterday because if you don't take the bucket with you, or if you take the bucket with you, they'll chase you all the way right back to the barn. Chickens don't want to miss their breakfast. They first thing in the morning ready to go. We've got a little hen right here. A lot of roosters here, mostly all roosters. That's fine. Let's go get some feed. They're gonna follow us all the way back. They're all gathered up waiting for me to come in here and put this feed. It's been here for one day, so we actually have to slide this forward in a little bit. They'll kind of swarm this when I pour. They only swarm like that for just probably 5 minutes, and then they start settling back out and free ranging all around the yard. They're getting it right now. So hiding in the middle of the barn right now is a pallet full of concrete, and you see barbed wire, right? If you use your imagination, you can imagine that that's a fence on our property ready for our horses to go in.
Don't it look so nice?
But 2 Saturdays in a row, I had a company planned, or a group of guys that were going to come out and do some fence work for us, right? And that fence work has not gotten done due to rain. Obviously, there's standing water everywhere. I mean, look at the edge of the corn row there. Standing water, okay? And I'm also gonna show you now this garden on this side. That was supposed to have 4 rows of peas, a row of tomatoes, a row of cucumbers,
Watermelon.
all kinds of stuff was going in there, right? There's like 8 rows there. I had it lined out. It won't stop raining. I don't know what to do. It's just raining. It's raining all the time, and we're not getting to do anything. The projects are at an absolute standstill. So over 2 weeks ago now, I went out here and I marked and I set the post at every section. Let me show you. So right here, there was marks which are getting faded away right here for a corner section, which would take a post, a post, a post, and then 2 in between. So 5 here. There was going to be a gate gap here where a gate's going to go, and then 2 posts set here. Probably have to put 1 in between it there to make a stretch section from here to out through there. But that big standing pool of water probably is an indication of why this is not done. So to say that we are a little disappointed would probably be an understatement, because this was all supposed to be in fence with about 2 or 3 horses turned on it right now.
Since it is going to be probably another week, we're hoping to let this dry up some this week, and Tyler's going to get in here and do some bush hogging. Then we can overseed the grass, so when the horses do get on it, they'll have something nice to eat. But hopefully it will dry up this week somewhat, so we can get in this pasture and get it fixed.
I do not know if it's going to dry out.
I'm not sure about
But what I do know is I'm going to attempt to bush hog it, because like you see this weed patch behind me right here, there's a lot of ragweed and some mixed up stuff in there. It don't matter if that stuff's 10 feet tall, the horses will never eat it. It'll just be there. So I've got to bush hog this whole place. And then going off of what my local co-op, we've got a good guy at our local co-op that knows everything you can know about raising pastures and actually putting good grass in front of your animals. He's told us that we need to probably, he said it would have been great if we could have grazed it down, and then that would have thinned it out, then overseeded it. But that's just not going to happen, because we're getting run over with weeds and we're not getting any time out here with the critters, so they're not getting to eat. So we're probably just going to do a bush hog over this whole area and then overseed it, because it's looking like 10 plus days before an actual animal is going to walk over here. So if in the next 2 days I could bush hog it and then I could overseed it, I mean, there's a good chance I could get a lot of grass to grow up here and some nice stuff before they actually come in. I don't know. We were actually just staring down the lane here, and where I bush hog the edges of the field is probably a prime example of weed removal and what it can do, like just clipping the top and letting the underbrush or the undergrasses kind of take over.
So this side will definitely be our pasture, but this side is definitely potential pasture for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna clear out in the very near future, as in probably midsummer, June, late June, July. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna clear out an acre over on this side, and we're not gonna be using any of these trees in here. Okay, let me tell you guys why we're not gonna be using the trees here. I actually grew up right here on this farm with my grandfather, and I might have been a little boy that had a hammer and a lot of nails, and I might have set up a lot of fun things inside of here. I would not want to be the sawmill man behind me. Luckily, we are leaving most every big tree. We're gonna clear out small trees anyway, so yeah. But we also got over on the opposing side, right behind the barn over there, there is 2 acres that has to be cleared as well. So that'd be a fun summer project. While we got projects on the mind, I want to show you guys right back here behind the shop. My boat's currently parked in there. That's actually the welding shop where we've got everything set up now to do our welding and projects. We got this open area. It's just a log yard just right over there. So you can see the old knuckle boom right through there, kinda. Anyways, gonna put up a big shed here as well. Gotta have some more storage. I need to be able to park the boat under here and not in the welding shop. So we gotta build a big shed right here. I'm thinking something probably, I don't know, 20, 24 foot wide, maybe 30, 40 feet long. That'd be a big one.
That'd be nice.
I got a lot of projects. I've got a couple of them finished, and I got a couple of them waiting to be finished. One project waiting to be finished is this one. If you look over towards the sawmill shed, other than that, that old bucket and a couple 2x6s there that need to be thrown out probably. I got to get that walled in. The plan right here was to put a door, because I was going to be able to bring lumber out here nearly where these 2x6s are from that end of the sawmill. I have since decided that I don't want to do that. We have a westward wall that is covered now, and we have a north wall, which needs to be covered. I'm going to cover the north wall and the west wall, and that's going to completely, pretty much take care of our weather problems. The wind out of the north can be a problem in the winter and the west, so if we cover those two sections, we're good. I'm not really going to worry about a door here because I'm going to actually leave the front and the back side over there open. One, so the sawmill can go in and out when I need it to, which is hardly ever or never, but I will eventually have to pull it out at some point for some reason, I'm sure. And yeah, so I'm gonna wall that in all the way right there. Getting ready to go out here and do a little other work this afternoon, and I told you guys earlier this morning how they don't stay piled up like that, like on the feeder. So this is like 2 hours later. They're all full and laid out and sunbathing. Check out this leftover siding I got. This is from Friday when we were sawing up all those 20-inch siding and putting up the barn walls. I ended up with a bunch of side cuts here. They're gonna be kind of some random widths. I'm gonna try to take the wide stuff and make wide stuff, and the narrow stuff, or I'll make narrow, some more narrow stuff. But it's all gonna be siding. Probably average 16, 18 inches. Got to cut these out though, because they're in the way for the next log to come up for what we got to do this week. So I'm gonna get these out, and then I got that big pile where we did the trim off. I got to turn those and put some stickers on them. So got a little project now.
Gonna have to make the chickens move. We need the tractor.
Yeah. They are big time resting right now.
They are. Look at that one.
That's what when you get a full belly.
He is laid out.
That's what I do too.
They think they've ate Thanksgiving dinner.
Look how many of them are out there. Another thing I like about the Buff Orpingtons. Oh, look, here's a prime example. Show them the two birds at the back of the building right now. On the left is a rooster, on the right is a hen, and it's very clear at this age. So we do got a few hens mixed in here. See, that's a hen there as well.
Yeah, that looks like a hen right there.
There's one right over here on the back, right directly behind the tire. It's a very clear hen right there. There's a hen right behind this second rooster standing up tall, the one on the ground. There's a hen there. Our goal is to have at least 6 or 7. If we had 6 hens and pick out the biggest rooster here, we got all the Buff Orpingtons in the future we could want. Got a couple over here. Watch.
There was one roosting on the back. He's inquisitive right here. I don't see any. Those are some really nice pine boards. Let's get the rest of them edged. Over there definitely has its place, but edging 6 boards on the wood miser at one time has been excellent. And just like that, a nice stack of lumber in no time.
We ended up with a lot more siding from that log, so I'm going to go this afternoon and install that. I'm going to take this thing here, 20 inches wide. I think they're 3 feet long. I'm going to take that stack. I'm going to put stickers in between each layer, and I'm going to band it on both sides, and I'm going to go set that in the shed somewhere and let that dry out, because that could be some nice chicken houses, nesting boxes, dog houses, you name it. That's some great material right there. We're not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side of the barn. Cut that stack all in one go. Quick and easy, guys. Best way to do it. That is going to do it for today's video. Appreciate you guys staying and checking out a little farm update. Was inside the barn. So, anyway, guys, if you are interested in this type of content, or you like today's video and this type of content, doing a little bit more of updates on the projects around the farm, comment down below. It's completely free to like, comment, subscribe, and help us boost up in the algorithm. Thank you guys so much for watching us. We appreciate each and every one. That word just didn't want to come out. Appreciate. I don't know why. I'm out of breath. I don't know why. Anyway, Brittany's feeling a little bit under the weather today, so she's going to go inside and finish up some video stuff and editing and all that. And I am going to go put up some siding by my lonesome today because she doesn't want to do any siding, right?
That's right.
Well,
it's probably this weather, because last week it was hot and I had shorts and a tank top, and today I'm wearing a jacket.
So it's actually funny because if you guys go back, and if you haven't seen it, go watch Friday's video. By the end of that video, I was absolutely drenched in sweat. Yes. We had a lot of rain over the weekend, and it was terrible. So I'm going to go hang some siding up this evening. If you guys like it, do all those things. Like, comment, subscribe. Till next time, guys.
See ya.
Bam.